What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're going to head back into the Go Battle League using a Master League team that I'm actually pretty excited to use here. 3 shiny Pokemon in the Master League, first and foremost, kind of cool, but also my functional Shundo Zekrom that I just built, which I think is going to be one of the best Pokemon that I could possibly use in this meta. Now, when I say functional, I mean that it's not actually a 15-15-15, its HP stat is only 14, but because of the way the math works out, I guess you still have the exact same HP as a perfect Zekrom would, so it works out. That's why it's a functional Shundo, and I think this team's actually pretty good. Zacian plus Double Dragon, kind of hard to go wrong with that. I'm excited to see what it can do. Real quick, before we get into the battles, I do want to ask, if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It does help out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But let's get into the battles and see what my Zekrom can do. Okay, well, first game of the day here. We'll see Zacian up against Keldeo. Okay, you know, I don't know why so many people have these things, but at least this isn't like a completely terrible lead. It's not amazing, though, so I'm going to try to get his shield if I can with close combat. We're going to take a lot of neutral damage here, but Zacian just has such a high attack that it doesn't really matter necessarily. Oh, they didn't even CMP us? That's interesting. It doesn't really matter. What I was going to say is, if they resist my fast move, it's still going to add up quite a bit. We're going to try to catch here if possible. They don't end up throwing. What is this? Zacian? Okay. That's honestly not bad. I resist the Metal Claws here. I'm not quite sure how much damage I end up doing with the Fusion Bolt, but I might as well throw at least one and see if they're going to get two-shot by this. I'm still kind of learning some of my matchups. That is a clean two-shot. What? That's not even close. Like, that's just an easy two-shot. They're already well below half HP. That's crazy. I'll shield a close combat, because, I mean, at this point, I do want this Zacian out of here if I can. But I did not realize that was that good for Zekrom. Shiny Zekrom, by the way, one of the coolest shinies when it's attacking in the game, but it's obviously not a hundo. It's missing 1 HP, but I think it's a functional hundo. Like, the HP that you're missing doesn't actually matter all that much. I think they need 2 attacks, maybe 3 to knock me out here. I don't know my damage ranges as much as I'd like. Yeah, okay, so 2 do knock us out, but they dump them back to back here. I think that's fine by me. They do have still a little bit of energy here. Man, Keldeo can kind of hit hard. What are the stats on Secret Sword? That's got to be a pretty good move, right? If I had to guess, it'd probably be pretty efficient. Alright, they're going to just wait to try to throw their move against us to make it so I'd have to debuff myself, but they actually end up throwing here, so that's fine. I'm hoping that in the backline, my Kyurem, once I either knock this out or I get shields down, will be able to sweep. But it will be a little bit scary because I don't know for sure how I'm knocking out this Keldeo here. I'm going to not go for the debuff against myself to try to get another move off here if I can. Okay, I think that's very fine, honestly. This just sets up a farm down for my own Kyurem. I'm going to undercharge a little bit so I get a bit more energy, so I just come out with a move no matter what. And now we should just one shield, farm down. I don't know if I'll come out with an Ice Burn or not. It's actually going to be really close if I get the Ice Burn. I know that I only have resisted charge attacks against this, but this is fine, because we shield this up. Okay, nice. We have the Ice Burn loaded. That's just going to get the easy knockout against the Keldeo. Man, okay, that was actually kind of a perfect close combat undercharge. I'm going to be honest, I lucked my way into that one. I do not know my Master League ranges that well, but we knock out the Keldeo, and we get the win. Amazing. Alright, next opponent. We'll see Zacian up against Kyogre. Okay, well, I have 2 dragons in the back. I see no real reason to stay in right now. I'm going to bring in my Zekrom here, because I think it is a pretty safe Pokemon in this meta. We'll see what they bring in. Well, it's their own Zekrom. Yeah, I mean, this is why Crunch, I think, is a better play. At least not, like, better necessarily, but as a safe swap especially, I think it is kind of nice to have a cheaper move you can throw into opposing dragons. Crunch is going to get a no-shield. Okay. Interesting. Well, we'll see if they're going to go for, like, an Outrage, or if they're going to go for a Crunch themselves. Maybe a Fusion Bolt if they don't actually have... Oh, Outrage, nice. We shield that up. I think now we get a full farm down before they get a move off. Maybe they get a Fusion move? No, they don't even get that? Dude, Zekrom, okay. Well, that's pretty good. I guess Crunch is not a bad idea in this meta. Who do they bring back in here? Is it going to be the Kyogre? Oh, they had this and they didn't bring it in? That's interesting. I think we're in a pretty good spot. We saw how much damage you end up doing, yeah, into Zacian with Zekrom, so I would imagine 2 Fusion Bolts, 1-shot, or 2-shot this thing as well. And that is the case. So we're going to get his shield back here. We can bring in our Zacian, absorb the damage if possible. I guess save our Zekrom if they're going to do that. And, I mean, technically they do resist my charge attack pressure here, But Avalanche is not going to one-shot me. My part Ice typing actually will come in clutch, making it so I'm not actually weak to Ice type damage. I can no-shield this, easily survive, and I bet even with the resistance, Ice Burn does an unreasonable amount of damage. I still have a little bit of my Zekrom around in case I do need it. I don't know if I will, though. It really depends on if they want to shield this or not. No, they let that go, so at this point, we just let our Zekrom go. We farm this down. Or not Zekrom, Kyurem. Dude, I'm gonna mix up the names so much. There's so many Pokemon in this meta. Like, there's Zacian, Zekrom, Zamazenta, Zarude, like, that all have, like, similar names. And there's, like, Kyurem, Kyogre, I don't know. Just bear with me. We got the win, that's all that really matters. Alright, we got our next game. We'll see if Zacian can keep on doing some work here. There we go. Finally, like, a really slam dunk good lead for Zacian. We'll see what they're gonna swap into here. Oh, but they bring in... This is annoying for me. Hold on. This is not how this is supposed to go. I'm supposed to be the one core breaking people. I'm getting core broken kinda right now. Maybe I should have swapped immediately. Fusion Flare is gonna hurt, so I'm gonna shield this up. I don't know, dude. I'm gonna go for a close combat, because I don't want to be in a spot where I'm just down energy straight up in, like, this matchup. And now I'm gonna bring in this dude, because, I mean, if shields are down, like, that's kind of fine for my Kyurem, because then I can go for a big ice move against them. I mean, what are they going to throw against me here? Is that just going to be, like, a crunch of their own? Stone Edge. Okay, fair. That does do a little bit more raw damage, and I don't love that necessarily. But we'll see how it's going to play out, because Reshiram's actually pretty safe into my team. Crunch gets a shield, alright, I guess. Getting shields down is not bad. But they do get a big farm down there, which is a little bit scary. But I can bring in my Kyurem. Is it like double fire? It's gotta be like double fire if they're playing it out like this. Whoa! They bring this back in? Well, I can swap out here with like 100 energy, make them debuff themselves. I cannot believe they just swapped, because this Xerneas is really annoying for my Kyurem. So we can come back in this. And I mean, since they debuffed themselves, these Metal Claws are shredding their HP now. Oh, man. Like, I'm kind of tempted to shield this, but I'm also tempted not to. Because the energy that I have on my other guy is probably all we really need. The energy on my Kyurem is going to be pretty hard to deal with, as well as the shield that I still have left over. Maybe it's a bad play, but I feel like with this lead, my Zacian doesn't have a lot of play in the backline, so I'm just going to let it go. Okay, it's a Kyurem that comes in. That's kind of what I want to see. We'll just go straight for the Freeze Shock here. No, Freeze Burn? I guess that would make more sense saying I'm the Reshiram form. Does this one-shot? Or does it come close enough to it? Not quite a one-shot, but you know, like, that's pretty good. That's unironically about as good as you could ask for. Ice Burn, that's the name. Alright, good stuff. That was a fun game. That's why you always trust in Kyurem White with the shield advantage. Next opponent. We'll see if we can get another good lead here. That Xerneas lead was pretty good last game. Not the best lead, but I mean, honestly, I don't hate losing the lead with this team, because I can try to bait something out with Zekrom, maybe get a shield advantage for my Kyurem, and if I get that, I'm in a pretty good spot. Or if they stay in here, like, that's also kind of insane, because I have a Fusion Bolt. I guess they probably can no-shield and survive this if they want to, but if they do that, they're so low on HP. Or if they get a shield there, that's also fine by me, because now I'm just kind of up energy as my Zekrom here, and potentially they're going to switch out now. And I can outpace something in the back line. Big Avalanche, good shield. Okay, they come in with a Zacian here. We've seen this matchup's not, like, super ideal, but it's not terrible, right? 8. Ooh, do we think they're gonna Behemoth Blade us here? I think they probably do, but I'm gonna shield this up either way. Oh, or close combat. That's honestly really fine by me. Because now their defense has been dropped, and that Kyogre at this point has been whittled down quite a bit. Hopefully that's going to be good for us. But going down shields can be scary. Oh my goodness, that's some nice damage. I can't farm this down, though, because this is obviously Fairy Steel type. My Dragon type damage, even with that debuff, doesn't do much. We'll just go for the next shield. Oh, we actually do get the shield. I think that's honestly pretty good for us to get the shield there. We force energy out of them. Another close combat going to lower their defense stat, and then hopefully after that, I should be able to farm down with my Zacian before they get another move off. And then my Kyurem White in the back wins? Question mark? I don't know. We'll see. They're going to come back in Kyogre almost certainly here, right? Yep, there it is. I want to bank some energy here, honestly. Because they're going to get an Avalanche into my Kyurem either way. Oh my goodness, Lunala comes in? How is this going to play out? I'm gonna go for the big move here. I mean, I know this move's good. Is it good enough? That's the big question. Is it good enough to one-shot? Ah, not quite. So they're going to be able to Moonblast me, and that's actually a really smart overfarm by them there. They ended up building up enough energy to not only, like, get the Moonblast off against us, but now they're going to be able to give me less farm on my Zacian, so I'm not going to get double close combat before they get to an Origin Pulse. Unless they're not on Origin Pulse, I guess. Okay. We're going to go for it here. Wait. They don't CMP us? I guess I just win? They must think that either I'm not at back-to-back, or that maybe they're not even on Origin Pulse. That's amazing. I guess we still got enough energy. Okay. Wait, this Pokemon's just dumb. Good stuff, Zacian. Who even cares? That's just amazing. Alright, we got our next battle. We'll see. Hopefully no more Kyogres on the lead. Zacian, okay, about as neutral as it gets. I have my active best buddy here, which means hopefully I guarantee winning CMP. No, they have best buddy too, so it's actually a true coin flip on who wins this matchup, which I don't love necessarily. I'm going to go for the Behemoth on what might have been a CMP there. It's always hard to tell if you get CMPs nowadays. Sometimes you don't see that sneak animation. We'll go for the big move, though. Try to get a shield from them if we can. And what do they throw against us? I'm going to no shield, I think, either way. Because getting that shield advantage for my dragons in the back should be pretty nice. They close combat. I don't think I get a second move off here, so I'm going to bring this in now. And, I mean, they might switch out, but I'm going to get that energy lead with my Zacian here. I don't know. Do you get that second close combat off if you stay in that matchup? I would imagine it's pretty deterministic, saying Master League is like a lot of similar IVs over and over again. Oh my goodness. Don't tell me they just swapped this in. Don't tell me that. That is not exactly an answer to a Zekrom. Does this one-shot, though, or do they survive? Ah, they survive. I don't know if I should throw this or not, but that Zacian has energy on it, and I don't want to be in a spot here where I have to go down his shield, and then have that thing in the back just destroy me with close combats and stuff. So, maybe that's a bad play, but it's the play I went for. We'll see what they do now with their Zacian. They likely do bring it back in. Yeah, I'm kind of out of energy here, honestly. Oh, my animations were off by, like, 1 there. That's kind of annoying. I was gonna do a play where I caught right then. I'm gonna shield this up, though, because close combat would come close to knocking us out. Okay. We'll go for the move now. Try to get a KO if we can. I have enough energy to maybe outpace something in the backline, but going down 2 shields in Master League is kind of a worry sometimes. Oh my goodness, they're just too patient. They're too patient. Okay. Well, do we think that we get a close combat with my Zacian after throwing a Behemoth Blade, and they went for a close combat? I don't know. I think I might just have to bring in my Kyurem White and hope for the best. Hope they don't reach a move. Okay, we should win CMP here. They do catch, however, on their own Kyurem. Ah, I don't love where this is going, but we're going to try to win this still, because there is a chance at winning this game. Oh, it's on Shadow Claw. Is that good? I have a move, I think, right? Oh, but I lose CMP to Zacian? Well, if I lose CMP, then I wouldn't win that game no matter what then. Oh my goodness, GG's, I suppose. That was a tough game. If I got a catch, that wouldn't have even mattered. It was just the fact they had that move loaded, and I'd never reached that close combat. Almost got the 5-0 there. A 4-1 still fine, though. We'll be fine with that. Cash that in. 24-53. I guess we're climbing back up, though. Or next game, that was quick. Zacian into Ho-Oh. Oh boy. This is why we have safe swaps, right? We can swap in, we can try our best to win switch advantage, and we actually end up seeing a Zekrom here to counter swap into us, which is not necessarily an answer to a Zekrom who is ahead on energy. I can likely get some sort of shield advantage here, and that would be very nice. Okay, we get a shield from that. We get a debuff. My Dragon Breaths are shredding them now, actually. I mean, might as well shield this. At this point, that debuff is actually pretty massive for us. I think I'm fine using the shield. They do go for Crunch themselves, which is not a bad play. but by being up this much energy, I can always just go for the next crunch, and thanks to that debuff, this does knock out. If they shield this, honestly, do I ever just let go of Switch? Okay, they let that go. I'm still in a really uncomfortable range where they can't really knock us out super quickly. Yeah, I mean, I just get to go for a Fusion Bolt against this, hopefully, if my buttons let me. There we go. We get to Fusion Bolt this. Likely, they do no shield. But then it's going to be Kyurem White in the back. Oh my goodness, that is so much. Kyurem White against the Ho-Oh. And I'm not quite sure how that matchup goes, if I'm being honest. There is a chance this could still go kind of bad for me. Because, like, they're going to Sacred Fire. Do I win this? I don't know if I actually win this matchup. They do Sacred Fire to try to go for an attack drop. They don't get it, though. Okay. I'm at back-to-back Fusion Flares right now. I don't know, guys. I might be in a little bit of trouble right now. Big Fusion Flare. We see a no-shield. That's a crazy play. But we go... Oh, my goodness. They overfarm? Could I not have gotten to the other move? I don't know, dude. I don't know. This is so bad now. Oh, that's such an overfarm by them. That's such a smart overfarm. I think they have us now. In fact, they could probably just Sacred Fire us, too, to not even debuff themselves if they want. Well played. I don't have enough energy here. Why did they do that? Why did they... Are they on Fire Blast? If they're on Fire Blast, maybe that makes some sense. If they're not, that's insane to me. I need to get to back-to-back close combats here. That's like my one way of winning this game. Because they have energy on that other guy. Well, they just threw this game. I guess Behemoth probably does more damage. Why did they do that? They had me dead to rights there. Honestly, Ho-Oh's not anywhere near as good for Kyurem White as I thought it was. But, like, why did they do that? Why did they do that? Next battle. Let's see if this one's going to be a little bit less strange of a battle here. Zacian into Zacian. Alright. About as neutral as it gets. Both shinies, both with a Best Buddy badge. Are we both active Best Buddy? We are. Okay, both Shundos, by the way. Just throwing that out there. What I'm going to try to do this time is overfarm a little bit. Because last time I was in this matchup, it was actually kind of annoying how it played out. I'm going to shield this. I want to get at least one shield down from them, I think. They probably don't close combat. They actually do close combat. So, I guess I'll go for it myself here. And at this point, I'm going to try to go for the CMP if I can. It's going to be a true coin flip on who wins this, and there is a chance they're going to catch on something in the back, which wouldn't be a terrible play. They caught on, like, Lunala? No, Zygarde. They caught on Zygarde. Huh, okay. What do I do here? I guess I bring in my Kyurem, but this is honestly not the best answer to a Zygarde, because I have to go for an Ice Burn here to do any real damage to them. But I'm going to CMP if I can. That way I guarantee either getting a knockout here, or I get the shield from them. If I get a shield, I think I'm in a pretty good spot. If they no shield, which they probably will, then it's going to be still a little bit of an awkward game. Because they did catch that move earlier, right? That's going to make this a little bit hard to deal with. But it might be Double Dragon from them. We'll see. They close combat, so they lower their defense again. I'm going to bring in my Zacian here, just to try to get that Metal Claw damage. Which honestly isn't doing a lot, but like it's doing something. And that's kind of what I need it to do. I think they probably have me this game, though. That amount of wasted energy that I have with my Zacian into that Zygarde is so bad for us. I can't farm down. I gotta throw my move. But there's not a lot of things in the game that necessarily could be in the back that I beat. Like, there could be, right? Like a Ho-Oh would be amazing to see back there. Yeah, Palkia just knocks us out with an Aqua Tail if I don't switch out. And if I do switch out, then they just, like, build up enough energy to get 2 Aqua Tails. Well played to them. That was a nice catch in the lead. Alright, next battle. We shall see Zacian into Lunala. I have a couple ways I could play this out, but honestly, I don't want to stay in here if I can help it. I'm going to just swap out. If they're going to stay in, I can crunch them. Which they are staying in, so I'm going to crunch them, I guess. That's pretty nice. Getting either an early shield or, like, 90% of their HP within the first 20 seconds would be pretty nice. No, they do shield, fair enough. They've been crunched before, I see. Likely a Shadow Ball going to come through here. I feel like there's almost no reason to full send a Moonblast, but they could, I guess, if they want to guarantee the shield. Now they're at 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, they try to catch here. Although I don't really have a good way to deal with his Pokemon, so I think I'm kind of fine with this coming out right now. I have back-to-back crunches. Lunala does have a decent chunk of energy still left over on it, though, which is a little bit scary. But I have back-to-back crunches ready to go. Either I get his shield, or... Was that a CMP? That might have been a CMP. Didn't see that Dragon Breath come through, but maybe it wasn't. We get his shield, nice. Okay, no CMP, but I get the debuff, because why wouldn't I? That's amazing, I think. I force energy out of them. That is pretty good. Getting that energy out of them is amazing. Can I snipe down with Dragon Breath damage with my Kyurem before they get another move off here? No, I cannot. But this is only a Fusion Flare. Only I say as if this isn't going to do like 70% of my HP, but I don't necessarily think I can shield this. If I shield this up, that's only like 50%. Maybe that's not so bad, but I wish they didn't get that, is what I'm trying to say. They could bring in Lunala here, which could get quite a bit of Shadow Claw damage into us. But, like, what's in the back? What's in the back, guys? What could possibly be in the back at this point? How much does a Fusion Flare do here? Because we threw, what's it called? We threw the other attack into them earlier, and it didn't quite knock them out. I'm going to go for this. It's probably a stupid play, but I'm honestly a little bit nervous about their counts. I have not been keeping track as well as I should have. Okay, that basically one-shots them. Okay, and Ho-Oh comes in. That's not a good Pokemon to see. But I do get this off at least. Is that good? It's gonna hurt, but I don't think this one-shots. I think they have the bulk here to survive and win. Yeah. But I get a debuff. Wait, is that debuff huge? No, I don't think so. I think I get one shot by his Sacred Fire, probably. Oh, that debuff is helpful in a way. Oh, I need to be able to, like... Oh, but they debuff me! But what are they doing? They're losing the game intentionally. Do they think that they get a farm down here with Lunala? Oh, well, they would have got... Dragon... I think I was actually going to win that game either way. They were in one Dragon Breath range on that Lunala. So, like, their one win con was trying to come out with a move, but they were, like, at 1 HP. Okay. Well, that was a weird game. We'll take it once again, though. Alright, we're gonna see Zacian into... Zacian, okay. I still don't know how to play this out. I haven't played this out in a way that I've liked just yet. So, I guess we'll see what's gonna happen here. I could go, like, instantly for a Behemoth Blade. I could try to go for back-to-back close combats. That might have been a CMP. I have no idea. We'll just go for the Behemoth, though. Get that shield or a lot of damage. They do shield. Now, we never get the CMP, I guess. Maybe one day we will. Okay, we get a catch here. Is this a good play? I don't know. They could have Behemoth Bladed, and that would be a big waste of energy if that's the case. Okay, they did close combat, so it does a little bit more damage than I'd like. But I bait out a Palkia here. They go for an Aqua Tail too. Okay, well, I guess I just let this go then. Aqua Tail is enough to knock out. I mean, I just bring back in my Zacian here. I can build up a lot of energy. I survive at least one Aqua Tail. Okay, well, I was going to throw there, because they were building up so much energy, there's a chance they were about to go for, like, I don't know, a Fire Blast. I don't think they're quite at the energy, though, for that. Yeah, no, not yet. Okay, we're at the back-to-back close combat after one more Metal Claw. And then potentially I can go with my Kyurem and win, question mark? That'd be nice. Whoa. Hello, other Kyurem, I guess. I was not expecting you to be brought in. That's crazy. I get his shield. I mean, that should be pretty good for us. I just get to back-to-back Fusion Flares, and that's really all I need. 8. They're gonna go for the electric move, right? The Fusion Bolt? Dude, I hate these moves in Match League. They're all, like, so overly complicated. Okay, knock this out before a second move's thrown, just to make sure I don't have to worry about shielding this. I think they're pretty energy dry. Well, no, they have, like, back-to-back close combats, right? But they already threw one, but they're pretty far away from the one after that. Yeah, okay, let's go. That was, I guess, the right play there. That was a nice catch, I think, in the lead. Kind of what we needed. Spellbringer, let's see what they're running. Zacian into Reshiram. Oh, man. This thing has proven to be a little bit of a tricky Pokemon for the team. But I have 2 dragons. Why am I staying in? I have 2 dragons in the back that I can bring in and hopefully do something against this with. The extra Metal Claw that I ended up doing in the lead was not 1000% ideal. Not gonna lie, I don't know why my game decided to do that. But luckily, we outpaced to a crunch before they throw like a Draco Meteor, Stone Edge, or Outrage, or anything like that. And we do get his shield pretty early on, too. I believe Reshiram and Zekrom have the exact same stats. So it's going to be a loss for me in the 2-shield matchup. Oh my goodness, well, I shield a Draco Meteor, and that's pretty nice. They bring in a Zacian. Wait, this cannot be going much better. Because, like, they have to throw energy almost immediately here. If not, I just get a Fusion Bolt off against them. And, I mean, I shielded a Draco, so I'm also pretty happy about that. Okay. We go for a close combat catch. That is also pretty huge. This game's gonna get so strange, though. Oh, we actually caught a Behemoth Blade, which is actually quite a bit worse to catch, but I think that's fine. I honestly don't even want to throw this energy, but I literally do have to. Like, I don't want to throw anything against them, but I can't not throw a move. They let that go. They can't really farm us down here, right? So I force a Fusion Flare out of them at least. Or I get this move off. And if my switch clock's back up, I'm so close to another Crunch or Fusion Bolt that maybe I can swap in and go for that. I don't quite have the switch clock up yet. But, like, if it comes up in the middle of this... Okay. Well, I wasn't really expecting that to happen. Necrozma, Dawnwings comes in here. This thing's quite a bit squishier than Lunala. They're not going to want to take this damage. Oh, yeah. I'd say. With that said, they do get a move off. So there is a Draco Meteor to worry about still, right? I don't love that inherently. The Draco Meteor lose condition is very much still in play. And, like, I could try to go for a catch at some point if I, like, know my counts well enough for that, but I don't have that accurate of a count on that Reshiram. Do we call it? We're calling it. We called it. Okay, that's huge. He showed the Draco, so it's like he knows that I know that he knows that he can one-shot me. We call it. We win. Just barely, though. That was... Dude, I hate Reshiram, actually. That thing is so good. I wish I had one of my own here. I have the Zekrom, which is also pretty strong, but the Reshiram looks really fun. There we go. Almost veteran in Master League by using this team. That's crazy. You know, I'm still not the best Master League player in the game, but I really feel like Zekrom was the right call today. It's a very flexible pick. Even the Steel types out there that technically do resist Dragon Breath, they don't want to be taking those Fusion Bolts, and that Crunch coverage is also pretty nice. It caught a lot of people off guard. That debuff also is a pretty nasty thing to get sometimes. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.